Ever looked at a cookie and thought, how do they get that perfect shiny glaze on top? Like it belongs in a fancy bakery window? Yep, this is how. Today I'm showing you my favorite lemon glaze for cookies. It's tangy, sweet, glossy, and ridiculously easy to make. You'll want to put it on everything. I'm talking cookies, scones, muffins, toast, and if you're like me, maybe even a spoon straight to the mouth. No judgment here. Let's start with the basics, because the best part is you only need 2 ingredients. Cue the applause. First up, if your powdered sugar looks like it's been hanging out in the pantry since last year, go ahead and sift it. It makes a big difference in the final texture. No clumps allowed. 2 cups of powdered sugar. This is the base of the glaze. It gives us that smooth texture and glossy finish. Think of it as the frosting's cooler, more elegant cousin. 5 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. This is what brings the whole glaze to life. It cuts through the sweetness with the perfect citrusy zing. Freshly squeezed is the way to go. Bottled lemon juice is okay in an emergency, but it's just not the same. If you've ever wrestled with a lemon and ended up spritzing everything but your bowl, I've got you. Check out my video, How to Squeeze Lemon Juice Easily. I'll link it below. And yes, it's way easier than using your elbow and a prayer. You'll also need a medium mixing bowl and a whisk. And take it from me, don't grab the smallest bowl you own just because it's clean. I did that once and ended up looking like I lost a fight with a powdered sugar bag. Bigger is better. Here, it gives you room to actually whisk without launching sugar clouds into orbit. Speaking of whisking, start slow, like barely moving slow. Powdered sugar is light and wild. It'll try to escape. I start gently and build up speed. Once it's all moistened, I use one of my many, possibly too many hand whisks. Some people collect handbags, I collect whisks, and I regret nothing. They each have a personality. Keep whisking until the glaze is smooth, glossy, and coats the back of a spoon like a lemony little blanket. Too thick, add a splash of lemon juice. Too thin, sprinkle in more powdered sugar. It's a bit of a balancing act, but once you get it just right, it's pure magic. Here's how to get that bakery look without the bakery drama. Dip your cookies face down and give a gentle twist as you lift. Let the excess glaze drip off so you don't get puddles. Dry them on parchment paper or a silicone mat. Trust me, you don't want to be scraping glaze off your countertop later. Plus, once they're dry, it makes cleanup a breeze and the cookies peel right off without any sticky drama. It's like non-stick insurance for your cookie sanity. Give them at least 30 to 45 minutes to dry, or longer if it's humid, or if you're like me and live with someone who pokes the cookies before they set, maybe hide them. Actually, that last part is 100% true in my house. After years of gentle reminders and a few cookie casualties, my family finally learned not to touch the props. Progress, right? This glaze is a total overachiever. It works on sugar cookies, shortbread, gingerbread, lemon cookies, of course, and honestly, anything else that could benefit from a little citrus sparkle. I've even used it on pound cake slices, warm biscuits, and once on cinnamon rolls when I ran out of frosting. Not traditional, but let's just say no one complained. It's the kind of glaze that instantly upgrades a bake. It makes plain cookies look polished and gives even your most rustic kitchen experiments a professional touch. It adds brightness, balance, and just enough sweetness without overpowering your other flavors. If your baked goods need a little ta-da moment, this glaze is it. This glaze is perfect for dipping the tops of cookies, drizzling over scones or bundt cakes, or even spooning onto muffins for a citrusy upgrade. Once you dip or drizzle, give your baked goods a little time to rest so the glaze can set into that gorgeous glossy finish. Did I miss anything? Tell me in the comments below. I'm always open to clever uses and sweet ideas I haven't tried yet. You can also make it ahead and store it in the fridge for up to 5 days. Just pop it into an airtight container and stash it on a fridge shelf that isn't already taken over by leftovers and questionable condiments. When you're ready to use it, give it a good stir. It tends to settle like an introvert at a party if it's thickened into lemony cement. Don't panic. Just add a splash of lemon juice and whisk it back to life. I promise it's more forgiving than a soufflé and way easier to revive. Honestly, this glaze might be the most low-maintenance thing in my kitchen, and I say that with love. Want to shake things up a bit? You totally can. This glaze is basically the social butterfly of toppings. Try a little lemon zest for a double hit of citrusy goodness. It gives it that extra zing and makes people go, "Ooh, what's that?" A drop of vanilla or almond extract for a cozy bakery-style twist. Feels fancy, tastes like a hug. Swap in orange or lime juice for a new flavor profile. Citrusy cousins, ready to shine in their own way. Honestly, you could probably glaze cardboard with this, and people would still ask for seconds. Please don't try that, but you get the idea. This glaze plays well with others. It's flexible, fabulous, and slightly addictive. What about you? What flavor is your favorite glaze? Are you a lemon loyalist or team almond? Let me know in the comments. I'm always looking for a new obsession or an excuse to test another batch, all in the name of research, of course. There you have it, my go-to lemon glaze that's as easy as it is delicious. I use it all the time and I'm not even sorry about it. If you try this, let me know in the comments or tag me in your creations. And if you want the full lemon cookie recipe I clipped this from, I've linked it below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on more sweet chaos from my kitchen. See you in the next video. And yes, I'll probably be holding a whisk.